There's a permeating sense throughout The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It that the horror franchise has come to a fork in the road. After 2 movies which mined the haunted house setup to great effect, director Michael Chaves reframes the Warrens as paranormal detectives as they try to prove a murderer was not acting of his own volition. It's admirable to see such a risky change, but on its own merits, The Devil Made Me Do It doesn't quite balance its interesting central mystery with the scares that followers of the franchise have come to expect. The Conjuring franchise has always been marketed on its based on true events credentials, but The Devil Made Me Do It falters out of the gate in how it tries to service both the drama and the facts of the murder committed by Arnie Johnson. Many of the Conjuring series' strongest horror moments happen when characters experience demonic activity in total isolation, forcing us to question whether it's all in their mind. But here, the build-up to the murder is undermined by cutaways to other people's perspectives, making plain that, possessed or not, Arnie is not in his right mind. It feels like a huge miscalculation, especially when Chaves actually nails this kind of unsettling uncertainty later on. There's also an uncomfortable choice made to paint the victim, Bruno, as a volatile drunk. While this may be in keeping with the accounts of the real Johnson and his girlfriend's family, here it feels as if it's being suggested that Bruno had it coming. Taken with Arnie's limited remorse, it becomes hard to emotionally attach to his plight in the same way it was for a loving mother in the first Conjuring or a working-class girl in the second. At the same time, the Warrens face an enemy who is more threatening than any they faced before, and one of the strongest elements of The Devil Made Me Do It. Eugenie Bondurant cuts an imposing figure as the occultist who weaponizes her power in a game of psychic cat and mouse with Lorraine. This provides a dangerous energy, especially during one attack that hits close to home for the Warrens.
You all right?
At this point, it's no secret that the chemistry between Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga's Ed and Lorraine is one of the Conjuring vs. Secret weapons. They're as watchable as ever here, but The Devil Made Me Do It rests on its laurels in furthering our understanding of them as a couple, and doesn't do much more for them individually. Ed does have to grapple with his failing health, but it's never used as fodder for conflict between him and Lorraine. Farmiga really gets to swing for the fences in her battles with the occultist, but we don't get much insight into how she's affected by them. Ed and Lorraine's relationship is most effective in the film's quieter moments, including the understated sweetness of remembering a forgotten memory in a key moment late in the story. Though The Devil Made Me Do It is a smart recalibration for the Conjuring series going forward, its successes have little to do with its strengths as a standalone horror movie. Ed and Lorraine Warren's murder investigation may be an engaging mystery, and their opponent is a franchise best villain, but the scares are just not as potent or well orchestrated as before. In part, that's because half of them center on a possession victim who's really not easy to root for. Despite that, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It functions best in how it opens the series up to new kinds of stories to tell in the future. For more movie reviews, keep it locked to IGN.
Something terrible happened here.